All right, Matt fam, this showed up late, so I'm trying to burn through this, show you what's in the Days Gone Collector's Edition so I can get back into the world of Days Gone. We did a little test last night, and as I post this video, I'm going to prep for the part 2 of the live stream, so keep an eye out for that. It's literally right behind this video. Anyway, you get a slip cover that goes over your box, and your box is going to be this little tote that says Days Gone Collector's Edition. You have this patch, and then you will slide it open. Get a little warning card saying your artwork is going to have some spoilers in it, because you get a little art book that I thought was going to be a little thicker. It's not, but it's still supposed to have like 200 pages in it, or maybe 200 images. So I don't know. That doesn't look like 200. I could have sworn it said an art book that had like 220 pages. We're not going to flick through much because, like I said, there's supposed to be spoilers in it. But here's a premium statue. I really hope they put that on sale, because I know fans of Days Gone would get a kick out of that. They showed this off recently finished, and it is amazing. But some of this artwork and concept imagery is freaking amazing. So I definitely enjoy having these little art books, just looking at the behind the scenes and whatnot. Next up, you got your Days Gone Steelbook. It does have these grooves in it. It's kind of like a leather seat. So you got a little bit of tape going around it. Again, that patch, Days Gone, and you pop it open. Here's a spot for the game. And then here is the physical original music from the game, which I took a listen to that, and the music is growing on me. I actually dig the music. Then you got your game. Inside here is going to be your pre-order bonus codes. You get like a crossbow, gas tank, a boost or something for your motorcycle. There's a couple different things, but a little not for resale, I mean. So I think that's cool, because I really dig that artwork. So you pop this top off, turn it over, and you're supposed to be able to do this. Okay, there we go. And I guess there's something underneath here and here. All right, so you got your Days Gone patch that you would put on your cut. Here we go. Days Gone patch. That doesn't look like it's iron on. It looks like you have to sew it on. And then you have some decals here. Ride the Broken Road, Farewell Original. And again, that's what would go on their cut. I believe that's on the back of their jacket. Here's Ben's studio, the characters, I mean. Here's Days Gone. Those decals feel pretty official. And then you have a little image here. And then, what do we got here? Days Gone. All right, so we got the pins. You got a Freaker Crow. I like that. It's a bat modified into a weapon. Ben's studio. And then another image for, I guess, like a little Days Gone logo there. And on the back it said, nice presentation, actually. And then finally, this you lift it up. And this is what most people are interested in. You lift this up, and it actually reveals the statue. Now this is going to be, I've seen a lot of discussion about this statue. There's been a lot of criticism towards it. And the tricky thing with the statue is, I knew exactly what this was going to be because I have a couple of them. The statue's actually really nice. Now, the value of these statues are supposed to run between about $40 to $80, depending. I've seen people compare this to something that someone would have spent 2 or 3 times for. Like people are comparing $300 statues to this thing. That's not. What's a better comparison? I'll show you those first, and then we'll take a closer look at this statue. Just to give you some context, because I've seen some people getting a little ridiculous. This was the Horizon Zero Dawn. Again, they're PVC. This is very common with collector's editions. The face is pretty plain, but I have to say, it doesn't photograph so well, but it looks really good sitting on the shelf. Here's a Tomb Raider one that, again, it's PVC. If you kind of look really close, the fingers, some of the dirt smears. Up close, it looks pretty crap. But at a distance, again, it works. Same thing for this, one of the Holy Grails. Again, it's simple. There's not a whole lot of detail on the face. These are simple PVC statues. Again, see how clean her face is? There's no dirt, there's no cuts, there's no freckles. I mean, this is kind of how they're made. Same thing with the Days Gone statue. He's got a really clean look, and it's the statue supposed to represent basically the cover art, which in the cover art, he's got some dirt on his face. He's got some cuts, some sweat, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest, this thing photographs terribly. Let me get in here. Look, this thing photographs terribly, but I was shocked when I pulled it out in hand. It actually looks okay. That's it. It just looks good. Worth the value of the collector's edition? Absolutely. I wouldn't go much higher. I mean, it depends on rarity. These are supposedly very rare, and they shot up in price so high it's unfrickin' real. So let's get some detail here. You got the mud, some dirt. You got an alert flyer for evacuation centers, which is cool. That was shown off in one of the teasers. You got a little map here. Get in there with some detail. You can see the map of Oregon. You got his outfit, his tattoos. And again, you can see his tattoos really clear. The zombie is one thing I like the best, or the freaker. It photographs terribly because there's a lot of depth to that bullet hole that you just cannot see in the imagery. I gotta say, I think the zombie is one of the most disappointing when you take pictures at it. When you look at it in person, that depth of the bullet hole actually makes it look really cool. I mean, it's deep in there. It's like he got his face blasted. And my camera got updated. And ever since that update, this has just been a real pain to use. I'm going to have to do some research on that update. But got the little rocks there. Deacon and his motorcycle. I'll show the motorcycle off somewhat. The detail is really good on her motorcycle here. I believe this is a company called Gentle Giant that did this, and Gentle Giant isn't great when it comes to human faces. They've got a few that are all right. I'm not a big fan of them when it comes to faces, but when it comes to the masks and creatures and stuff, they've done a good job. I am not understanding what the problem is. This camera used to be pretty tight, but ever since that update, it's been giving me some problems. You got the look on his hat here. Farewell Original. Some wear and tear on his bike. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And again, here's that wound in the back of his head. This is, if you're familiar with these, if you're trying to compare it to a $300 piece, yeah, you're not going to be satisfied. And his face is probably the worst part about it. It's just bland. Not a lot of detail in there. I will say in closing, if you're a fan of this type of content, this is a recommend, in my opinion. It's not the best statue, but a part of the desirability for this is the fact that they don't got a ton of Days Gone stuff to cop and put on display. You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk into Target and buy a little something of Days Gone to put on display, or same thing for Walmart, anywhere else. You can't just hop on Amazon and cop something to put in your office. It comes down to what's available. And at the time, this is literally the only thing I can think of that is available. And that's one thing that shot up The Last of Us so high. There's not a lot out there for The Last of Us. So fans are just, they're going nuts over it. So yeah, definitely do not regret having this collector's edition in my office now. And we are going to dive in to Days Gone and just have fun tonight. So come join us. Also, a big shout out to the Map family. I was definitely going to pass this up, and it was because of the Map family saying you guys wanted to review it, take a look at it, and then there was even donations to come in that covered the entirety of this collector's edition. And I am so grateful for that, because like I said, I was going to just pass this up, but now that I have it in my hands, I'm going to display it in the office with pride, because I think it is freaking cool. Face being a little too clean and simple, I don't give a damn. It is cool. All right, I'll see you in a bit.